Hello, YouTube. Okay, so I just wanted to talk about a couple things today that I don't know if other people feel this way, but I don't know if I should even make a video about this, but I'm going to. Do you ever follow somebody on YouTube and watch their videos? And I'm going to use dreadlocks as an example. Or piercings. We could use piercings too. I'm going to stop for a second. I was playing with LA colors that I got actually at the dollar store because amazing colors in there. And so I've just been playing, putting stuff on, but I can't see without my glasses and I don't have my contacts right now. So I can't see the colors and stuff. So if my eyebrows and stuff look funky, I was just trying some different silver colors just to see if I liked the way that they went with my hair color. And I think I'm going to add some fuchsia or purple in with them too. Yeah, so anyway. Okay, so just for an example, I was following this one girl on YouTube. And she had really nice locks. Plus, she was talking about how she started eating raw. I mean, she lost a lot of weight, really, really thin. She's real tiny and I guess real active and young too. So, and of course I'm not. But all of a sudden in her playlist below, I noticed her with the pixie haircut and I was like, oh wow, that must have been before she got her locks. She cut all her locks off. And here I was just starting to follow her and I loved watching her. I'll still watch her nutrition videos. But I was so disappointed because she had her locks for I think like 6 years or something like that. And why did I get bummed? It's her journey. It's her life, her experience. But do you guys get bummed if somebody just, you're following them and you're inspired by them and all of a sudden everything changes? I get bummed. And I've seen quite a few people. I saw one girl that didn't even make it past 7 months with her locks. And yeah, so, and of course everybody's on their own journey and their path in life. And that's wonderful. But I just wondered if anybody else gets kind of bummed about stuff like that. So that's what I wanted to ask you guys. Comment below in the comment section if you get bummed too. Okay, so since I'm on here, I'm going to talk about a couple different things too. My locks are going through some crazy changes. Can you see these loops? Look at these loops. They're going through these loops, lumps, and bumps. I'm trying to hold them against my skin so you can really see because I don't have a tripod right now. And all of them, they're just going through, look at the loops. They're going through this crazy time. We're only about 5 or 6 weeks in. And yeah, look at the loops and lumps. So this is what I figured. The reason that they do the loops and lumps and bumps, guys, is because they're sucking into themselves. So as they start getting compact and they start actually locking, they shrink up because they're pulling up into themselves. So obviously, if they're forming these loops and they suck into the middle of the actual dread, they're going to shrink because they're pulling up. So I'm going to go through a lot of shrinkage. I've already gone through 5 inches of shrinkage in some areas. My hair actually touched my bottom in the back at its longest point. And so sorry about the mess, guys. I am in my messy room. This is my kind of TV, although I stopped watching TV, regular TV. I just do Netflix now, but yeah, and YouTube videos. Yeah, I'm in this room and it's kind of messy because all my animals are in here. I got 2 new little bunnies that are back behind me that my daughter just gave me that I love. They're blue colored Flemish Giants. Anyway, so yeah, there might be a mess behind me, so just ignore that. Or look at my crazy, crazy hair. Try and see if I can get some of this. Sorry, I'm not on a tripod. I'll just kind of pull this around so you can see what my locks look like a little bit. Anyway, so yeah, I love it. They're all just doing their own thing and looping up. And look at that one right there. That is so fun. I think there's one up here that the ends. Look how funny that one is. That is so funny. Look how funny that is. Yeah, so I just wanted to show you the changes that my locks are going through, kind of talk about my disappointment when I'm in love with somebody's videos and then they just cut off their locks and they were an inspiration to me or becoming an inspiration to me. Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about, of course, I can't really speak to this because I'm such a new dreadhead, but we'll talk about pros and cons of getting locks in your hair. Cons. You won't be able to brush your hair anymore. So that really cool feeling when somebody brushes your hair or you brush your hair, you're not going to experience that anymore. I mean, you can still put your fingers in there, you know, and massage your scalp and stuff like that. But, yeah, that will stop as far as, sorry, I can move my hand. Yeah, so that will stop. I've been told that some people will have an opinion that you are a pothead, that you smoke weed. I don't. That you're homeless. I'm not. That you don't wash your hair. You do. Because clean hair locks dirty hair. The hairs slip past each other if they're dirty and greasy, and they won't really lock. Let's see, what other cons are there? Just, I think maybe just a general people's opinions of you. And maybe you couldn't do a certain hairstyle that you were used to or something like that. Another con is if you're not a patient person, it can be tough because you can see how wild and crazy my hair looks. Clean hair, wild and crazy. 5 weeks in. So I've got a good 12 to 18 months before these guys are going to actually be mature enough to call dreadlocks and start to settle down a little bit. So it's a patience game. So that's a con for some people. Pros. They are awesomely cool looking. They are so much fun to feel and touch. They're awesome to watch their individual progress all the time. You can do some really cool things with dreadlocks. You can tie them back. You can tie them up. Yeah, so that's really cool. They're just a lower maintenance, especially if you do a neglect method to start them. I mean, you just stop brushing your hair. You don't comb or brush your hair to start dreadlocks in the neglect method. That's all you do. You just wash your hair continually and you just don't comb or brush your hair. You know, that method takes a lot longer. That's a lot more patience. But yeah, so low maintenance. Cons are, for me, it's a spiritual journey as well, because I'm really getting more in touch with myself, and it may sound funny because it's just my hair, but it's not just my hair. My hair is very important to me because of my spiritual beliefs anyway, but also just letting things progress and letting it teach me patience and appreciation is just amazing. It is. It's a daily thing where I just have to say, wow, you know, I mean, I think as a society, especially in America, we want everything now, when we want it, what we want. But this is a journey that will teach you patience and make you appreciate waiting for what will be and not knowing what will exactly be. So that is, for me, a really big pro. So there's a lot of pros for me. I mean, I can't tell you how much I just am so happy that I did this. And such a unique style to wear your hair. You don't have to fuss with it. You're not having that vanity thing where you're constantly focused on, you know, curling your hair, straightening your hair. Not that I did all that kind of stuff before, but, you know, I mean, sometimes we get in this vanity trap where, you know, we have to do the hairstyle of the year, or we have to compete with people at our workplace, or, you know what I mean? I hope I'm explaining that right. And it's not that we're consciously doing that. You know, sometimes I guess we are, but so for me, it's overall been a really positive spiritual journey. So anyway, so that's all I can speak to right now about the pros and cons. If you want to start your locks, you definitely can start them at home. I would say that you should have at least 6 inches of hair to start locks, for them to actually take, you know, become a matted section, because again, these don't become dreadlocks for at least 12 to 18 months. You know, they have to mature. And all the hair that you normally see in your shower drain when you're, you know, taking a shower, washing your hair, or in your hairbrush or comb, that hair now stays inside your head. That's why these matted locks that you create will start becoming thicker and fatter, because all those hairs that you normally shed, about 100 a day, will no longer be falling out of your head. So that's another pro, that you won't have tons of hair hanging all over your clothes and stuff. Yeah. So I guess that's all I've got to say for that. I wanted to just tell you that, you know, I was looking at all different kinds of, I normally wear a MAC. If I go to like an expensive store to get eyeshadows or anything like that, you know, I love MAC, and but it's very expensive. So, and I live in a little tiny village. There are no malls or nothing like that close to me. I would have to drive about close to an hour to go find MAC makeup. So I went down to my dollar store and I said, you know, I've looked before. They didn't have anything. Well, they had this little palette of colors, which I'm going to show you right now. It's always hard for me to open it, though. That's the only thing. I can't get it open. Let's see if I can use something. I'm going to pause you for a second while I open it. Okay. So I got it open, and I'm going to show you. I think it's got 16 colors in it, which is amazing for $4, guys. And look at the colors. They're not crappy colors. They're beautiful colors. So, yeah, I am really, really happy with this for $4. So I've been playing with it a little bit. You know, just I put some of the kind of tealish green and light pink on my lid. Last night I did kind of like I think it's kind of like the burgundy color and the light silver on my eyebrows. This morning I did the medium silver on my eyebrows, and then I did the really light pink below my brow here. So yeah, I'm just playing around with them, but I can tell you for $4, guys, happy as a clam, because the colors that came with it are amazing. So, and they go on very smooth. They're very sparkly. They're not matte. They're very sparkly. And that's okay. I mean, I don't really want sparkly for my brows, but I was looking for something in the silver and purples that I could just make my brows different colors. So, because once I get my extensions in, they're going to be purple, teal, and silver. So, yeah, that'll go well with my hair. Anyway, guys, that's all I have to say this morning. Yeah, we've had some pretty big downpours already. The sun's back out, but I can see some dark clouds in the distance. And yeah, I was really waiting for the sun to come out so I could go out and mow my front yard and weed whack and that kind of thing today. And well, I guess I get to play inside today and talk to you guys instead because it's raining. But have a wonderful day. Remember, you are all amazing just as you are.